Good morning, everybody. Okay, so it's October 2nd, but right now I'm going to talk to you about September's budget review. This page currently is on the budget I did at the beginning of the month. So I want to talk to you really quick. As a lot of you know, I do Dave Ramsey's plan, zero-based budget plan, and he has baby steps. He has 7 baby steps that his plan lays out. The first step is save up $1,000 as fast as you can. That step for me is done. The second step is to then start paying off your debt. I completed that. And by the way, I started this in January of this year. Step 3 is save 3 to 6 months in an emergency fund. I have completed that. I have 6 months saved up of all my living expenses. And step 4 is to start saving 15% to a Roth IRA or your 401k or a combination of both. I currently do 12%. My company matches 50% up to the first 6%. So that's where I'm at now. And I don't have any plans of moving it to 15% this year, maybe next year when I talk to an advisor, because at 12% I'm maxed out of my pre-tax stuff. Step 5 is to then save up for your kids' college fund. I don't have to do that step because my son is 23 and he's already dropped out of college, and I fully support his decision. Saves me money. And step 6 is to start paying off your home. That's the step I'm on now. I'm currently working to pay off my current mortgage of my primary house, and I actually reached a milestone this month, the month of September. I now owe under $500,000 on my mortgage. Yay! And of course, that's still like a whole lot to a lot of people. My mortgage started off at what? I got this house at, I think, 560. Yeah, around the 560 mark. So I now owe under 500,000, and my long-term goal is to have this paid off within 10 years. And my short-term, the miracles and all the universe stepped in to help me, is to pay it off in 5. We'll see what happens. And after that, there's just one more step left. That's step 7, which is wealth building. All right. So now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about what happened in September. So for a lot of you who follow my blog, you know that September was a super fun month for me. I went on an 18-day vacation in Europe. I took a cruise around the Mediterranean. I stayed in Amsterdam for a few days. I stayed in Rome for a few days. I made a ton of friends. I've gained a ton of new, wonderful experiences and stories to tell. I took a writing class this month, and I just had a lot of fun. So let's talk about what happened. In this column here is what I projected to have happened, and in this column here is what actually happened. Things highlighted in pink means I did better than projected. Things highlighted in blue means that some other little trickery probably went on. So let's talk about it. In September, I projected that I was going to make $10,935 in take-home pay. That is income after the taxes, after the 401k, after benefits. That's the amount that hit my bank account. So what actually happened is I made $12,040 this month. I consider myself an entrepreneur. Though I have a day job, I do have a lot of different entrepreneurial endeavors, and a lot of times that's where the extra income comes from. This amount right here doesn't reflect totally what I make. I kind of change some things around. Like, for instance, if I had some expenses that come out, you may not see all the expenses here, but at the same time, you don't see the income associated with those expenses here either. So I do bring in more than this, but this is the numbers that we're playing with for the video and for the sake of simplicity. It's all about being simple. So in gifts, I projected I would give $500. I gave $600. HOA, $95. Gas, I said 100. My bill actually came in at 30. I'm on a gas budget plan. So what I'm thinking is, because it's the end of the year, I've probably been overpaying all these months. And now this is like, catch up season, which is great. Electricity, 175. Cell phone, I projected 245 and it came in at 265. And that could be, I don't know why. It's probably because the 245 was probably an estimate anyway, after getting a new phone and blah, 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 blah. Cable, 115. Security systems, 125. Lawn, 120. Netflix, $10. I got my nails did for the Mediterranean cruise, and I got my eyebrows done, and that was $40. The writing class was $250. Again, that was a discount because I was part of the focus group for that class. And the Europe Mediterranean trip, I had budgeted 1,150, actually spent 1,525. If you watch the videos, these numbers may confuse you, but that's only because I added in the hotels and whatever else I bought last minute that was probably reflected in the beginning of the videos. Day one video showed my cost for lodge and the cruise, so on and so forth. The 660 that I show in those videos was the spending money that I spent, which is also reflected in this amount right here. Asia. I have a trip going to Asia coming up in November. I put away $560 this month, and that's for spending money. And I plan on putting away more, and so on and so forth. And some of the, anyways, we'll talk about that when it happens. Insurances, $250. That includes car insurance, among other things. My car insurance is $180 a month. Business expenses, I said $160. I paid $200. That's a whole nother story. I'm actually throwing away money here because I haven't even done anything with that business really. Checking, $150 is what I said, and I actually used $93 in the check-in, so I did a little better. These things here are things that I did not project, but they happened anyway, with or without my consent. The water bill came in, $135. Toll roll re-up, $75. Housekeepers, y'all, I had to get my house cleaned professionally. I've been cleaning it, and this actually I'm proud of. I paid $145. It's normally $105 a month when you consistently have them come in every month, but this was the first time I had the housekeepers come in all year. So it's September. So that means from January till now, I've been cleaning myself, and I am not that girl. But anyways, it was all catching up because what would happen is I would clean a few rooms here, a few rooms there. By the time I got to the few rooms there, the few rooms here needed to be cleaned again. So it's so wonderful having the whole house cleaned at the same time right now. So that was $145. I went to a Maya Angelou tribute at James Madison University this past weekend. The ticket, I have front row seat tickets. It was a gift to me. And somebody at the end also needed a ride. They rode with us, so they took care of gas. But another person and myself, we split the hotel. So my portion of the hotel for one night was $55. Then also credit card fee. Most of my credit cards have fees associated. I do travel points, and that came in at $195. Down here, I don't necessarily budget per se for this. I just try to be mindful about my spending. This shows what I spent last month. This shows what I spent this month. In car gas, $158 last month, spent $35 this month. Don't get too excited. It had nothing to do with discipline. It's just for the simple fact that I was in Europe for 18 days, so I wasn't driving my car. Groceries, $22 last month, which was not usual either, but I spent $85 this month. And again, I attribute that low grocery bill to being in Europe. Restaurants, $71 last month, $23 this month. Again, blame it on Europe, or let's credit it to Europe. Miscellaneous. I spent $59 this month in miscellaneous. I have a list. It's probably stuck on the back of one of these pages somewhere of what I did with that $59. I'll tell you one thing. One of it was I spent $5 on Candy Crush. Y'all, I was about to make it to the next level, and then trickery and debauchery happened, and I had to buy some stuff for $5. That's what happened there. And Yeah, so not a lot of terribly exciting things. Oh, I bought Dramamine for $13 at the airport. Boo. And didn't even need it. I didn't get any motion sickness. Yay. Okay, savings. Last month I said I was going to save $1,090. I actually saved $680. Though this is blue, it's not really. What I did is I switched it up. I decided I wanted to send more to my mortgage instead of my savings because remember, my goal is to pay off my mortgage and my savings were already at the 6 month mark. So anything I throw there is great. It's extra. Extra, not really, because we all know I'm the queen of the impromptu vacation. So that's what that is. But I said last month I was going to send $5,475 to my mortgage, and I actually sent $6,100 to my mortgage. If I'm to be on task, I should strive to send an extra $3,000 a month to my mortgage. My mortgage is $3,100. So I sent an extra $3,000 right here. At this point, I do not have that in my budget to actually send $3,000 a month extra to my mortgage, but it is on my universe, hope, dream, and wish list. And there you have it, guys. That is my September review. I'm super pleased with it. I'm super happy with it because not only am I being super responsible with my money, I'm also having a whole lot of fun with the life that I am living now. That's the story my money told for September. What story did your money tell for you? Ciao.